Hello and welcome back to The Long Road. You rejoin us in Stavanger in Norway on the coast, and today we're going to do something a little bit different before we start. We've been driving now for approximately 6 or 7 days and we've accumulated 45,000 euros. So let's take a little look at our progress in our overall career and see how close we are to buying our first truck. So we're now level 6 and slowly on our way to level 7. We've done a total of 10 deliveries in total. We did miss one with our reset with the DLC. We'll take a look at those in a moment. And 8 of those have been excellent. We had one late, and overall it's gone really well. We've explored 2.59% of the map with most DLCs and visited 7 out of 35 countries. Obviously we've still got an awfully long way to go, even though we've driven over 4,000 kilometers. So we're looking forward to continuing our journey on from Stavanger today. Let's have a quick look at those deliveries. So lastly we had salt and spices, but we've been all over, lots of meats and various things, and some middle distances so far. We've been earning about 4, 5, 6,000 euros, maximum 11,000 euros on a trip. So I think we'll be looking to pick up a new job today, hopefully one that pays a little bit better. So let's have a look at the job board. So we're really keen at this point to try out something different, particularly try out a different truck, different brand of truck that we haven't yet tried before. As I said, we are going to be starting from Stavanger, so let's see what's available for us. So if we select just these vehicles, we've got a few options here. Could go particularly over to Sweden or down to Norway, further south in Norway rather. I'm quite keen to look at this one here. We just unlocked the ADR Flammable Class 3. So this one here, while staying in Denmark, does bring us a bit full circle, but I think it'd be interesting, and obviously the pay there is particularly good at 26.29 euros per kilometre. So that could give us a good position to then go on into Sweden from there, across on the ferry. And it's with a MAN TGX, so that'd be a fantastic ride. So without further ado, let's take the job. Okay, so we are set up in the cab, good to go. Just taking a little brief look around our first time driving the MAN vehicle. We do have a fairly basic utilitarian style interior, dashboards, do have built-in sat-nav and a lot of dials down there actually, a load of different dials down there. And yeah, fairly basic accommodation, bed situation, but yeah, seems nice, seems reasonable, quite analog on the dials. Let's take a look around the vehicle quickly. So first thing I notice is that bright red livery, and also good to see that we've got the ADR classification symbol and also the orange plates at the back. As we come around the front of the vehicle though, we don't have any orange plates there, so not potentially completely realistic, but partially so. Nice sort of olive green colour, distinctive branding and logos there. Anyway, let's get ourselves going, let's get the engine going. It's got a nice diesel hum, this one in particular, I do enjoy that. And get ourselves on and off out of the yard. Well, thanks very much for joining the ride today. Hope you enjoy the journey down to Aalborg, back in Denmark, and let's grab ourselves a cup of tea and get back on the road. So it's worth saying we do have a very heavy load on us today, 25 tonnes in total, and we are carrying Class 3 ADR diesel fuel. So it will be really important that we take good care of our cargo, and we drive very carefully and smoothly, avoiding any urgent braking where we can. Someone's waiting for everyone there. Ah, that is not ideal. Goodness me. Goodness me. It's like this Mercedes Actros is very keen to get going, but once again I've fallen prey to an urgent vehicle that's now jackknifing itself. Goodness. I'm not quite sure how he's going to resolve that one. I think we're going to need to back up and give him some space. Oh my goodness. That's no good at all. Looks like we haven't incurred any damage there, but I mean, what a situation to come to straight out of here. Not ideal at all. Right, I think we're going to have to try and give him some space, even though he's pushing through. Wow, that was not expected as a start of our ride, and certainly nowhere near as smooth as it should have been. I think if that was real life, that would be a major incident right there. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever had instances of crazy drivers doing crazy things. We did a couple of episodes ago have an oncoming vehicle that did a rather brazen move on the wrong side of the road. But yeah, that was something else. I've not seen anything like that before. That plane taking off. Right, well hopefully the rest of our ride will be nice and smooth and gentle in comparison to that drama. I certainly imagine my cup of tea would have gone everywhere there. Of that diesel on the back there. It's a beautiful bright day outside. So, a moment just to talk briefly about the MAN TGX unit. It's a nice vehicle. I enjoy it. In similar fashion to the Iveco, something that's a little bit more, I'll say rustic, those are the wrong words, a little bit more basic, a little bit more utilitarian. You can hear the engine, it purrs nicely. It's a good old-fashioned diesel. The dials are very clear. You know, some of those vehicles you get such modern dials. As great as it is, you know, it does clutter up the dashboard a little bit. It's nice to have something a bit more manual to play with. I think that was probably his right of way. I suppose one criticism is the angle. You don't quite see the fuel gauges and things, but certainly pop over and make some adjustments there. channel here. So we are retracing our steps that we made. Might be wondering why we're going further south again, and so far this journey has avoided doubling back on any particular routes. And I think it's a nice point to say this is a bit of a turning point for the series. We've gone as far north as we will go in this particular series, but we have plans to go further south and then across to the UK, my homeland, so I'm very much looking forward to that and being able to see some of the sights there. But whilst we're here, goodness, absolutely beautiful views in Norway here, stunning pine trees and scenery. So we will be planning to go further south towards France, towards Calais, and across towards Dover. Again, how and when exactly is going to be decided by the job board. We genuinely don't know, one journey to the next, where we're going to be able to go, and so we'll have to see each turn where we go. Would certainly like to come back further north and use that full expansion that's recently been released, the latest DLC, and go right up into northern Norway, the likes of Trondheim and Tromsø. Police incident now. Car's broken down. Taking it nice and carefully around this roundabout. I feel like I should be sporting a "How's my driving" sticker. Hopefully it's improving, slowly but surely. All away from that quarry in Hanover. So a couple of episodes ago we did mention the prospect of doing a driving academy series where we would start from scratch with the academy and try and complete as many as we can of the different class challenges. Something I've not ever done before, and I think it'd be interesting to see the realism. I know that it certainly goes into quite a lot of the detailing of travelling abroad, ADR classes, particular manoeuvres with trailers, which, as you all know from following this channel, is a particular nemesis of mine when it comes to reverse parking. So I think if anything I would benefit from the skills, but more than that I think it'd be interesting to see the realism and to run that in parallel with this particular series, The Long Road. So no particular dates set just yet, but do let me know if that's of interest and you'd like to see any particular angles reflected on through that journey. I think we will be hoping to start that in the next few weeks if we can. arriving into Kristiansand. One of those main ferry port destinations and connections to Denmark. Looking forward to boarding from this angle. Hopeful that we'll be actually boarding the boat this time. Do enjoy these industrial ports. There's always so much to see. Like how they've blended in the buildings, sort of more residential in the distance, and warehouse style buildings close by. Okay, the sign for the ferry is here. Standard line livery. Our boat, hopefully. Amazing, beautiful water. Reflections as well. Yes, nice down to a crawl. There's a few boats on already. Here we are, first official boarding. That's fairly narrow. Okay. So we've made it onto the boat. Nicely parked there in terms of spacing, so I'm pleased with that. And let's have a look at the different destinations available. Here's only Kristiansand from here to Hirtshals. I believe that's probably going to be paid by our employers, but let's get on the move and then we'll be disembarking in Denmark. So we are back on the Danish coast, beautiful beaches and sea vistas and standard-line flags blowing in the distance there. Again, just really enjoying that bright red livery that we have on this particular truck. Let's get the vehicle back on. And you will notice here that it wasn't a dynamic offboarding at this particular port. Very much the drive-off option. The time has also passed as well, so it's now 7 o'clock in the evening, just after. So hopefully get some nice evening light as we pull into Aalborg. And get a chance to explore that city a little bit more, because we certainly skirted past it last time on the way up. 387 litres left. And the tank should be enough to get us to our destination. It's interesting, it's still 26 degrees centigrade outside, despite it being past 7 o'clock in the evening. It's been a very hot day. So I think we'll leave things there and pick you back up in a moment, just as I'll arrive into Aalborg. So see you shortly. Okay, so we are just coming into Aalborg. Time now is 8 o'clock in the evening, and that beautiful golden light is just starting to get all the better. First time exploring this little Danish town city. Aalborg discovered. Just checking that inside there. There's the Circle K sign. One of the things we'll need to do, particularly in the run-up to purchasing our truck, is of course discovering some of the dealers selling the different trucks available. So we will probably be doing a bit of exploration at that point and just seeing a little bit more about the options available. And if we do see any more garages and things, certainly having a little look around as we go on the right. Stay here. Seems we might be crossing a major road here to our final destination. Circle K. That's a big establishment they've got here. Okay, we'll wait. Thank you very much. Let's see where they would like it. Looks to be right up against that building there. Hopefully, he says, that shouldn't be too difficult. Just thinking about how to approach it. Certainly reversing in, I think we'll come to the right of this and then bring the trailer around. Planting that little wall there. See how straight we can get the vehicle back. Just know one of these days it will go in straight first time. I don't know when that will be. Can't promise it'll be today. I think that is the best reverse parking I've managed. I am incredibly pleased with that. Given that we had a minor crash at the start of our journey today, I will definitely take that. So, I don't think it caused any damage, but let's see how we did. Alright, so a few more skill points and a proficiency bonus there coming into play. We have 7,421 more euros, so making our way towards at least a third of what we need for our new truck. I'm really pleased with that today. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the ride, and we'll be hopefully, if we can, heading into Sweden next and exploring via a ferry that way. So if you've enjoyed this journey, please feel free to subscribe and like the video and share your thoughts in the comments below. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.